What we're going to illustrate for you in this following clip is the awful truth about the Trimet fare increases and service cuts. We all know that the power elite in charge of Trimet tries to push this off on the so-called unsustainable healthcare benefits. Well, listen to the clip, and then I'm going to define to you the awful truth about the Trimet service cuts and how much the executives are lying about things.
That's right. On page 7 of the draft, point 4, decision-making structure, C point 2. PEG exercises authority through the city's ownership of the streetcar system and all its assets, and through Trimet's financing of its operation. Where I get confused in going through this and then trying to look back at page 11, point 5 under 7 financing, operations financing. How does this tie? Trimet, my understanding is, how are we, I guess the question would come this way, how are we financing the operations? If this is owned by the city has all the capital and ownership, how does Trimet's financing really enter into the operations?
In that clip, Dr. Bethel was asking McFarland and his cronies there about the operation of the streetcar and how much is that going to cost Trimet. And as everybody knows, all the operations of Trimet come out of the Trimet Operations Fund, which is funded solely by the payroll tax and fares. The only thing the feds give money away for is for building. That's it. They don't give any money for operations. So Bethel wants to know, how much is this actually going to cost us? And he gets an answer. Now, let me illustrate for you. I did some calculations here of some of the extra services that Trimet is providing. I went to the last budget, the adopted budget, and we came up with the operating budget for West is $6.5 million out of Trimet General Fund, and the keep the streetcar going is $9.7 million out of the Trimet General Fund. $16.2 million a year for those two specialty services. $16.2 million a year. And when you consider that $100,000 is the cost for an operator without overtime, benefits, and salary, that's 10 operators, 10 full-time operators for every $1 million. So you have $16.2 million being spent on these specialty services. That's 160 operators. That's 160 routes that were cut to pay for the special operations. It's not true that it's the benefits that are causing the problem. The truth is, Trimet keeps expanding. Now, they want to pay for that expansion on their employees' backs. They want employees to stop asking for benefits, basically, rather than, well, they don't have any other way to pay for it. I mean, how are they going to pay for these things that they've started? The truth is, though, the $16.2 million, that's every year, is diverted from the existing service to operate these luxury services. That, in turn, creates bus cuts and service reductions as well as fare increases. It wasn't the employees' health care. The health care might have raised substantially, but that's not the problem. The problem is Trimet expanding and funding things they have no business being involved with. That's the problem.